Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera to everyone. My name is Hrd binti Abu Jalib. Okay, today our group would like to present the topic given Human Resource Development and Diversity. So these are our team members of Group 6. So without further ado, we would like to continue this presentation. So stay focused and happy studying.
Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Farhana Najwa binti Mahathir. Today, we would like to present about our topic, which is Human Resource Development and Diversity. So first, I will start with introduction. Workforce diversity refers to the coexistence of employees with different backgrounds within the organization. Diversity includes factors such as gender, age, sexual orientation, religions, language, abilities, professional backgrounds, socio-economic backgrounds, and educational backgrounds. Diversity in social and organizational contexts affect many aspects, including language barriers and sexual harassment. Some organizations may face challenges when a certain language dominates communication, which will affect individuals who use a less dominant language. And in addition, sexual harassment is a serious threat to the safety and well-being of workers. It also reflects a lack of gender justice and hinders the development of diversity in the workplace. In managing language barrier and sexual harassment, organizations need to take a holistic approach to ensure that diversity is valued and that every individual feels safe and respected in the workplace.
Okay, let's talk about issue language barrier in the workplace. Communication is crucial for managing an efficient workforce, but addressing language and communication barriers in the workplace can be challenging. Language barriers are influenced by cultural, educational, literacy, and also national background. Research show that 54% of employees experience a language barrier, indicating that over half of them may be underperforming. Additionally, 60% of English natives struggle to communicate with non-native coworkers due to addiction. So, these barriers can lead to communication issues, difficult collaboration, and negatively impact their careers. The presence of diverse native language also poses challenges, as they involve vocabulary discrepancies, grammatical structure, and cultural nuances. These disparities can affect the clarity of ideas and interpretation of messages. Okay, I will pass to the next presenter.
Hi, my name is Siti Uzaima. Today I want to present the significance of the language barrier. Firstly, by mastering the language communication with colleagues will be better. This is because the field of work will require an individual to work in team and always cooperate with many teams. Even if you are an introvert who prefer to spend time alone, you still need to interact with other individuals to advance in the business or job field. It will be lucky if you have a language skill because of course you will easily establish cooperation with more friends. The second point are stand out in the job market. Learning language give you access to wide selection of employment prospects. Your ability to speak a second language give ability to you a significant advantage in the job market because there is an increasing need for bilingual and multilingual individuals in a variety of industries including marketing, banking, law, and other professions. Additionally, you have access to careers like translation, interpreting, and teaching language, all of which call for fluency language proficient if you are interested in working abroad. If you are required to be able to speak the language to get employment, and being able to communicate with other people and not be held by a language barrier will undoubtedly make the adjustment easier. The first impact of language barrier can be prejudicial. It is because some companies choose not to do business in country where there might be a language barrier. They are afraid of to be harmed language barrier could cause, so they avoid the scenario entirely. Unfortunately, this course of action could cause them to miss out on potentially lucrative and beneficial business opportunities. When we are working in a location where there's a language barrier, there are other problems or drawbacks we might encounter. The second impact of language barrier is miscommunication. Language barrier can make it difficult for employer to understand customer needs. This can lead to poor customer satisfaction, like inaccurate information not receiving the help they need. Customers may feel that their needs are not being met if they cannot understand the customer service representative. This can lead to poor certification and a negative view to the company. Poor communication also can lead to lack of teamwork and feeling of isolation among employees. This can lead employer feeling disengaged and less likely to go to extra mile for customers. Poor communication also can lead inefficient workflow and lack of clarity about who is responsible for what. Miscommunication also can lead to lost messaging. Language barrier can negatively impact internal communication across all levels of organization. Staff may not be able to effectively communicate their needs to superior. Team leader may not have a vocabulary to provide clear feedback, and core message may not be passed down accurately throughout the company. Small instances of miscommunication can quickly snowball into large and costly errors further down the line.
Next, language barrier in the workplace can hinder effective communication and collaboration among employees. There are some effective ways to solve language barrier in the workplace. First of all, HR can provide language training program for employees who are not proficient in the primary language used in the workplace. Offering language training to employees is a great proactive solution that fosters good communication from the bottom up. This initiative also empowers employees, promotes a respectful workplace, and promotes diversity. Companies like Rakuten in Japan have adopted English as their official language and provide language training to all their employees. This strategy has led to promote a global mindset and expanded business opportunities. This method has also been supported by Stone 2020, which states that a bilingual workforce can help navigate different global markets and create strong client or customer relationships. Other than that, HR can also use language translation tools as a precious way to bridge the gap caused by language barrier in the workplace. This resource is designed to provide fast and accurate translation to enable us to communicate and understand our colleagues more effectively. These resources empower individuals to participate in discussion, share ideas, and contribute to the overall success of the team. With the convenience and accessibility of top-rated apps and websites like Google Translate and Microsoft Translator, as well as less obvious options like Lingua and Reverso, language differences no longer have to stand in the way of collaboration and productivity in the workplace. There is also a translator device for real-time translation. For example, if a team member receives an email in a foreign language, they can simply copy and paste the text into a translation tool like Google Translate to instantly understand the message. Lastly, using simple language in the workplace can make communication more accessible. It is important that people understand what they are reading, especially safety documents at work. including safe work procedure, training materials, safety signage, and poster and other documentation. When a worker does not understand the information, they are not able to make informed decisions. This can create communication barriers and contribute to frustration, error, and misunderstanding. Adopting plain language principles allow information to be easily understood and add on. Plain language benefit to everyone, including those with disability or people who have trouble reading or seeing. It also helps people for whom the language spoken in the workplace is not their first language.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Dr. Ayub. My name is Hrd Sakinah binti Muhammad Saad, and now I will present about issues number 2, which is sexual harassment. What is sexual harassment? Sexual harassment refers to any unwelcome behavior of a sexual nature that is committed without the explicit consent of all parties. It can manifest in various forms, including verbal, physical, or visual harassment. Examples may include inappropriate comments, gestures, or advances, as well as unwanted touching or displaying explicit materials. It is important to create a workplace or environment where such behavior is not tolerated, fostering respect and ensuring everyone's well-being. If you or someone you know is experiencing sexual harassment, it is crucial to report it to the appropriate authorities or seek support. Other than that, sexual harassment is a real issue for many women at work, but it is a mistake to assume it only happens to women, especially those in human resources. It can occur in any workplace and isn't tied to be a specific job or gender. The reasons behind sexual harassment are complicated. For example, in our country, it is more prevalent to the availability of opportunities for both perpetrators and victims. Unfortunately, women often face more of it because of stereotypes about their emotions and perceived weakness. Because we are women, right? This is the example of the sexual harassment, which is the boss is touching their workers. And next, there are legal cases highlighting various forms of sexual harassment, like inappropriate touching, like this example, or demanding tasks beyond the job description. Malaysia has taken steps to address this problem, emphasizing the seriousness of sexual harassment. Allegations, especially women in human resources, should be taken seriously. Employers need to be proactive in raising awareness and handling such cases. It is crucial to have clear policies, grievance procedures, and a supportive HR department to create a safe work environment.
Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. My name is Hrd binti Muhammad Rashid. I will present about my part, which is significance of sexual harassment training. First, creating a strong workplace culture. It can help them create a positive and respectful work environment where everyone feels safe and enjoy working together. Therefore, it can empower them to report it and teach them how to stop the unwanted behaviors. Second point, which is raising awareness about acceptable and unacceptable behaviors. The unwanted sexual advance and request for sexual favor is usually physical sexual harassment that most obvious. There are many of them do not realize that sexual harassment can be verbal and visual too. The last point is make the environment safer than before. With this training, dealing with Sexual harassment in the workplace will become safer and the employees will feel more comfortable and assured about their safety.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Siti Marinah binti Azman. I'm one of the member of the group 6. My pleasure here is I'm going to explain about the impact of the sexual harassment. Sexual harassment in the workplace is a widespread problem that not only violates people's fundamental rights but also negatively impacts their emotional and physical well-being over time. To begin with, sexual harassment in the workplace may have consequences for mental health. Victims of sexual harassment suffer from severe mental distress, which includes anxiety, depression, and a helpless feeling. A toxic work environment becomes worse by the emotional toll of revisiting traumatic experiences and the persistent fear of running into the harassers. Victims frequently struggle with feelings of guilt and shame, which contributes to the psychological damage. For example, a scenario where a senior colleague consistently makes unwanted advances towards a female employee. A hostile work environment is created by the persistent fear of confronting the harasser in meetings or office hallways, which raises stress levels and causes emotional distress. Other than that, sexual harassment in the workplace may also lead to the long-term trauma to the victim. Long-lasting psychological damage can result from sexual harassment, and many victims experience post-traumatic stress disorder, which is called as PTSD. A suicidal response, nightmares, and flashbacks are a few of the symptoms that linger long after the events. This chronic trauma can have a major negative effect on a person's general condition. For instance, examine what happens when an employee experiences PTSD-like symptoms even after changing jobs. Persistently haunting memories of the harassment impact the person's happiness, personal relationships, and ability to trust others in professional settings. In addition, sexual harassment in the workplace might impact on job performance. Sexual harassment can cause mental stress, which can impair one's ability to perform at work. Victims might find it difficult to focus, become less productive, and have trouble working with others. Job satisfaction and career advancement are further hampered by the hostile work environment that harassment creates. To illustrate, imagine a bright worker whose productivity is severely declining because of the psychological effects of continuous harassment, even though they have valuable skills. Missed deadlines, a decrease in creativity, and a diminished capacity to contribute effectively to team projects can arise from the fear of running into the harasser. So, in conclusion, the effects of sexual harassment at work are long-lasting, and victims must deal with how it will affect their physical and mental health in the long run. Organizations and the public must work together to address the widespread problem and establish an atmosphere that values quality, respect, and dignity in the workplace. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nuri Shamim binti Muhammad Ramdan. I will explain about the recommendation to prevent sexual harassment. The first one is establish polite dress code. We need to avoid those who like using sexually suggestive language and behaviors instead. Establish friendships with people you can truly trust and respect. If an employee experiences sexual harassment and their employer shows little concern, it is advisable for them to depart from the organization. By acting or wearing badly, they may be seen as supporting sexual harassment. For instance, it is completely improper to wear gaudy, skimpy clothing to work that expose too much of the body. The second recommendation to prevent sexual harassment is create an inclusive, diverse, and respectful environment. Training programs should be adapted to the needs of particular groups within the organization, such as faculty, staff, trainees, and leaders. Institutions of higher learning should use training methods that provide participants the ability to stop incorrect behavior in its track and step in to correct it. Programs must concentrate on outlining behavioral expectations in detail, outlining the consequence for not living up to them, and outlining the procedures to be followed if expectations are not fulfilled. In conclusion, workforce diversity, which includes elements such as language barriers and sexual harassment, offer complex challenge in today's working environment. Language barriers based on linguistic and cultural difference can make it difficult to collaborate and communicate effectively. Proactive steps are needed to address this, such as the encouragement of the use of plain language translation technologies and language training programs. Such programs, which highlight the value of language proficiency, improve team collaboration, and provide access to a wider range of employment options. Concurrently, sexual harassment is still a widespread problem that cuts across gender and professional roles. Its effects go beyond short-term emotional anguish. They also have long-term trauma, influence mental health, and lower job performance. A comprehensive strategy is needed to mitigate these consequences, including establish polite dress code for an inclusive, diverse, and respectful environment to address and prevent harassment. Acknowledging the need of this kind of training promotes a more polite and safe atmosphere and is in line with ethical and regulatory requirements. It is clear from both situations that promoting diversity and inclusion calls for an all-encompassing strategy that includes education, awareness raising, and the successful application of policies. Regardless of their varied backgrounds, organizations must actively work to create a setting where every person feels safe, respected, and appreciated. Workplaces can only fully benefit from varied viewpoints and talent by making such concentrated efforts, which will foster creativity, teamwork, and overall success.